Hello YouTube friends, Alicia back here with you. This is going to be my second time making this video because the first time, unfortunately, it didn't upload, and then when I tried to cancel it and re-upload it, I forgot I had deleted the video off my phone, so I'm just going to do it a second time. So this journal is inspired by, it's full of pictures. I guess me, if you want to put it that way. What it is it's a journal that represents me, different aspects of who I am as a person, who, you know, the people are in my life that matter, and things like that. And it's made from a paper bag album that I had made a number of years ago. And what I had done was, because I had more pictures than I had space for, is I took the original paper bag mini album, it was meant to be a mini album, apart, and then I put in extra pages, making it kind of more mini album junk journal style. And sorry, it's very glary because of obviously the photos. And so that's what I did, and that's what I will show you. I just reinforced the spine with Tyvek because it's quite thick now. It's no longer just a small mini album. That glare is really quite annoying. So the front cover is just me, and it was actually my brother's puppy that passed away, and she was my favorite. And then we can go inside, and I have, just trying to make this so that the glare isn't so awful. Me and my Theta, who has also passed away. I have a mixture of both people that are still, you know, in my life today and people that are gone. I did not print off. Another thing I was doing with this project was trying to use pictures up that I had already had printed. I did not print off any new pictures for this. So, it was also a use your stash project. And in my case, it was also included photos that I had. So here you can see, like I said, I added black and white pages to the album. There is pockets on some of the pages, but I didn't put anything in it. And it's very plain. Like, I don't know if I'll go back and decorate it at all. Possibly. Like, I mean, this has a little bit of a decoration. Actually, there's a really good possibility I'll go back and decorate it, but I'm just showing you kind of... Oh, sorry, that's just the bag. It's not completely full. I'm showing you the idea of, like, you know what, I know a lot of people started with like mini albums before they got into junk journals and card making and things like that. So maybe you have mini albums that you've made and you've just never known what to do with. And this was one of those mini albums, like, it seemed to never have a place in my craft room. It had always fallen off some shelf. I was always just shoving it somewhere. And so I thought, why don't I use it? So I did that, obviously, and just different ways to add photos. And if you need inspiration on how to make paper bag albums, I mean, this one is very basic, but if you want more inspiration, Julie the Paper Bag Lady, who I do not think is active anymore on YouTube, has like the most wonderful paper bag albums I've ever seen. And she was one of the initial people that inspired me to get into this style of crafting. I love the vintage doilies and the texture they add. And this brad is like fuzzy, so that's why you've seen me filling the textures. My little people are my world. They're not actually mine, but you know how that is if you have little people in your life. And back to my little people are my world. This is my youngest niece. She does not live out here. Well, none of my family is considered local to me anymore, unfortunately, like with my nieces and nephews, but she is back. She lives in my hometown. And this was actually a number of years ago. Yeah, she's older now, but she still likes what we call cheese. So we did like a photo shoot of making faces at the camera, and as you can tell, she was very happy. So that is that. This page is not done. This is me and my Nana, who's also passed away, and then my mom and my Zeta again, which I did not realize, and I said this in the last video, that I actually began and ended with pictures of me and my Zeta. I am fairly close, not to all my grandparents, but I was fairly close to a number of my grandparents, and I have a couple left, but these two have passed away now. So yeah, another thing is, like, get creative. I find, so when I first, start a project like this, I always find that, I just want to, that's not a good example here. Tape the picture down to the page and be done. And then I look back and I was like, well, you have all this stuff to decorate. Why you just leave your page plain? So then, as the book goes on, like I start doing fold outs and flip outs and things like that. This one's very plain as well. But like, I start layering papers, and I like this look. So, don't be afraid to use your supplies in like an album like this, like you would in a junk journal. Just, it's just a different like format. And the other thing is, and I've done it before, where you can actually put inserts in the pockets, and I might, because this journal, because I have the Tyvek on the spine, it will have more strength than if I don't. I do recommend, if you're going to use a paper bag journal, reinforce the spine. It will start to almost like disintegrate. Like it comes apart. I don't know how else to explain it. So I would recommend making sure that your binding is very secure if you want to keep it for any length of time. But other than that, like, you can use it, just like a real journal. You can see I've covered pretty much, like, I'm not showing any of the paper bag. I have it, sorry, I'm not in frame. I have it covered with scrapbooking paper on both sides, so that does add strength to the paper bags. And then, I mean, the higher quality of the paper bag, the more strength they have. But these are dollar store paper bags, so if you're on a budget, it's, it's the perfect affordable project for you going to buy, lunch bags. The other thing is you can cut them down. So if you want to make a smaller album or whatever, like, you can decide the size that you want for your album. And of course, not necessarily at a dollar store, but restaurant supply stores, which we don't have a ton of. Well, we don't have any where I live, but I believe in the city they do. But I don't even know. But it sounds to me like in the States you can get like the big paper bags from restaurant supply stores. I have found some at the thrift stores. I don't know where they came from. And then you can make like 8x8. So depending what you want, you can make multiple different sizes of these kind of journals as well. So like I said, look around, see what you can find, and yeah, have fun. So with that said, I will say please like and subscribe. Any questions or comments, leave them below, and thank you for watching.